One of the things that I have really tried to hammer with you guys is the idea that as God is, so we should be. As our Father in heaven is, so we should be as his sons, that we were created in his image and that we are a small g God. Jesus says that ye are gods, but you shall die as men. That's a quotation from, I believe, Psalm 82. But anyway, what we're looking at is this aspect of looking at the scripture in Proverbs that says that my son, give me your heart and let your eyes watch my ways. And if you see it all throughout the Old Testament, God is all about himself. He's all about his worship. He's all about his glory and how it belongs to him, right? So in the same way that we as men worship God and we lift him up on a pedestal and we worship him and we honor him and he is our everything, in the same way women are designed to look at the man the same way, because think about it, if God is in heaven as above so below, the man is the picture of God on earth, and the woman was designed to worship the man. She was designed to um serve and to take care of the man, to worship him. The word worship comes from the word worship, which means to give value to. And he is her world because he provides meaning to her. He provides purpose for her and value for her, because on her own, her beauty can only do so much. A man has to become, a woman is. She's born with beauty. She just is. A man has to become. And so therefore the man has to become competent, congruent. He has to know things. He has to be able to do things. All those things. But you'll see here that he brings up something that I don't even know that he's probably aware of what he's saying, but it's scriptural. And let's pay attention to it, and then we'll comment some more after this is over.
Here's why Jesus demonstrates the highest form of masculinity. There is nothing more narcissistic than saying, I am. I am Son of God. Just think about that for a second. Don't allow yourself to have a positive connotation with the word narcissism or a negative connotation with the word narcissism. Just look at the raw facts of the word. Just look at what narcissism actually means. Actually, let's take a second and look at it for ourselves. It says right here that narcissism is the excessive interest in or admiration of oneself and one's physical appearance. Okay, so interest or admiration in oneself. This is why, as a man, and specifically a masculine man, you have to have identity. You have to have your I am statement. Your I am statement means you're sure of yourself and you know who you are. And this is the one thing that every single man is missing, is their I am statement. I am this, I am doing this, I am going here, I know who I am. You have to think about this at the highest level. Okay, and that right there is demonstrating the highest form of congruence and identity. And the second that you find your I am statement, I am the quarterback of the football team, I am the guy with the microphone, I am the guy who is the carpenter, I am the guy who is the plumber. It doesn't matter what it is. Whoever you are, you have to fully embody it. I am the guy with the cowboy hat and the microphone. I am the professional football player. I am the famous musician. Keep in mind, you will have people say you're narcissistic, you're self-centered. It doesn't matter. That's how it's going to be, and that's how it's supposed to be, because you are the only one demonstrating full confidence and conviction and congruence in identity. Let them talk, let them hate. That's what they're supposed to do. A masculine man simply doesn't care. Here's what.
So it's really interesting what he's saying here is that self-care is at the heart of our faith, and it absolutely is, because it says love your neighbor as yourself. And if you don't have a very high favorability of yourself, then you're probably going to mistreat your neighbor. And you look at the idea of meekness being power under restraint, but if you have no power, then you're just weak. Because a man who has no power can't restrain that power. He has no power to change the world around him. He has no ability to put boundaries in his world. He has no ability to have consequences in his world. for those that mistreat him or those who seek to do him harm. He has no ability to put any of those boundaries or fences up. So when he's talking here about narcissism or self-love, what he's actually tapping into is this idea again that man worships Christ, and Christ is the head of man is the head of woman, and woman worships the man. So you have to understand this, that you got to look at this from a woman's perspective, is the better that her man does, the better that she does. So if the man is taking care of himself and he's disciplined in his diet, he's disciplined in his exercise, and he's disciplined in his everything that he does, that benefits his wife. That benefits his children, because that man is going to be much better off than the guy who thinks lowly of himself, who's beat down, who thinks that he's worthless, and his wife doesn't love him and respect him. His wife could care less about him. His children don't care about him. He's just some worthless boob that's taking up space in his house. Okay, that doesn't benefit the woman. But you got to understand is, as the man does better and he's taking care of himself and he's looking out for himself, it's by nature going to do good for her. Now, I don't agree with the I am statements as far as, I am the quarterback, I am that, because that's not who you are. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really hard to put into tangibles what the I am is. I guess the best way to say it is, I am the son of God. I am a son of God, and that is who my authority is, and that's who I'm trying to be like, is like my father who is in heaven. And um that's a big statement to say, I am the son of God, or a son of God is saying that you are like him. That's a powerful, powerful, powerful statement. It doesn't matter whether you're a quarterback or you're the guy with the microphone or you're mowing lawns, whatever it is, because I've seen men who are, work a 9 to 5, they work a normal job, but they go home and they're they're loved by their women. Are you there? They're loved by their wives and their children, and or their wife and their children. They're loved by them, and um that is, to a man, that's his kingdom. Okay. So it doesn't matter what you do for a living. It doesn't matter any of that. It's a mindset. It's a way of being. It's having that aura about you that you are competent and you're congruent, that you are who you say you are, and that the world sees you as a competent person and someone who carries that characteristic of God. Because remember, in the Hebrew, the word Shem, which is, you say Hashem, or the name, name just simply means character. So we were created to be in God's character. We were meant to be his sons. And being his sons means that we are like him, that we take on his essence and his likeness. And so absolutely, should we should be very confident and sure of who we are in him. So another great video by Casey Zander. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. His YouTube is Casey Zander.